Students, we are learning about weather and climate. In today's class, we will learn about humidity and precipitation. Humidity is the amount of moisture content in the air. Do you know how this moisture is added to the atmosphere? It is through the evaporation of water from oceans, seas, rivers, and lakes. Other than that, water is adding to the atmosphere through transpiration from the trees and perspiration from animals and human beings. Water bodies, especially oceans, are the major source of water vapor in the atmosphere. The rate of evaporation is rapid when the temperature and wind speed are high. When the sky is clear with less cloud cover, that also increases high rate of evaporation. Warm air, it expands because of that it is able to carry large amount of moisture. Humidity is higher in the lower latitudes because the air is warmer there. But in the higher latitudes, air is cold, they are contracting, and due to that they are not able to hold more moisture. Humidity, it is also higher in coastal areas because more evaporation is taking place from the coastal areas, and that areas having more warm condition than the interiors of the continent. Thus, interiors of the continents have less humidity. Higher humidity is experienced during summer season because warm air expands and they hold more moisture than the winter season. Humidity can be expressed in two ways: absolute humidity and relative humidity. Absolute humidity means the actual amount of water vapor present in the unit volume of air in a particular temperature. Relative humidity means it is the ratio or relationship between absolute humidity and the maximum amount of water vapor that the same given volume of air can hold at the same temperature. So relative humidity, it is expressed in percentage. Relative humidity that we can change by increasing the amount of evaporation and changing the temperature of the given volume of air. A high relative humidity means the air is moist. Low relative humidity means the air is dry. When the relative humidity of the air reaches 100%, the air becomes saturated. That means air carry its maximum capacity of water vapor. Further, or the next stage is precipitation. Humidity is measured using a wet and dry bulb thermometer, otherwise hygrometer. In the wet and dry bulb thermometer, one of the thermometer, that means wet bulb thermometer, that is kept wet with the help of a muslin cloth which is dipped in the water. Other one is kept dry. The rate of cooling of the wet bulb thermometer is proportional to the rate of evaporation of water. That will depend on the relative humidity of the air. When the air is dry, evaporation is rapid and the wet bulb thermometer will show a low reading. The difference between the readings of both the thermometers that indicate the relative humidity. If there is a large difference between both the readings, then it indicates a low relative humidity. If the difference is small, it means high relative humidity. In smaller classes, we have learned about the process of precipitation. After evaporation and condensation, precipitation occurs. Water vapor from the water bodies, they condense to form tiny particles of water. These water droplets form larger particles which join to form the clouds. When clouds become too heavy and they cannot remain suspended in the air, they come down as Precipitation. Precipitation occurs in different forms. Precipitation includes rain, which is the common form of precipitation, snow, which occurs in the higher altitudes and higher latitudes, and hail and sleet, which occurs in particular conditions when moist air ascends rapidly to the colder higher layers of atmosphere. The water droplets will freeze into ice pellets. They are hailstones, hail, and sometimes a mixture of rain and snow takes place, that is named as a sleet. Rain gauge can be used to measure the amount of rainfall received in an area. This rain gauge consists a metallic cylinder, otherwise we can call it as a jar, with a vessel placed inside. A funnel is set on the top of this jar that fits it accurately. When the rainfall occurs, rainwater is collected in the vessel through the funnel. This water then poured in a measuring jar that is graduated in millimeters and centimeters. The reading with the rain gauge is taken at an interval of 24 hours. The rain gauge must be placed in an open area away from trees and buildings. This we are doing to ensure that splashes of water do not cause the rain gauge to collect extra water. So here the rain gauge that we have to keep 30 centimeter above the ground level. Then only splashes will not enter and add the extra water. Then we have to keep this instrument away from the buildings and trees. Snow, hail and sleet are also can be measured with the help of rain gauge. But before measuring, we have to melt it, and then only we can take the measurement of these solid forms of precipitation.